Hello everyone, welcome to 𝐒𝐡𝐴𝐬's Secret. Tonight's story is called The Last Phone Call, Voices from the Grave. And what you are about to hear is a chilling tale that stretches across history, technology, and the thin veil that separates the living from the dead. For decades people have spoken about supernatural visitations, spirits reaching out from the beyond, haunted houses, cursed objects. But what if the dead did not knock on doors or rattle chains in the dark? What if instead they called you on your phone, a device meant to connect the living now becoming a portal for the afterlife? The story begins in the late 1970s, when analog landline phones were still the main way families stayed in touch. Many cases were reported of people receiving strange calls, sometimes nothing but static, sometimes whispers, sometimes even a familiar voice of someone they knew had already passed away. One particular case shocked a small town in Ohio when a widow named Margaret claimed she received nightly calls from her husband 3 weeks after his funeral. She swore it was his voice on the line, tired, distant, repeating her name and saying, "Don't forget me." Skeptics dismissed it as grief or malfunction, but neighbors who listened in on extensions heard it too, and the phone company confirmed no incoming number was logged at those hours. Fast forward to the present. Mobile phones and internet connections dominate, yet the phenomenon has not stopped. It has adapted, morphing into missed calls from untraceable numbers, voicemails that vanish after playing once, or text messages appearing with no sender ID. Tonight's story will dive into the most terrifying case of all, a young man named Adil who lived in Karachi, Pakistan, in 2016, a journalism student who loved recording stories of the paranormal. He stumbled upon a local urban legend known as the last phone call. The tale said if you answered a call at 3:15 a.m. from an unknown number beginning with 9 repeated digits, you would hear the voice of someone you loved most, someone dead, and within 7 days you would either die yourself or lose someone close. Adil treated it as folklore until one night, after editing a documentary about cemeteries, he stayed up late. His phone rang. He looked at the screen. The number showed 9,999,999,999. His blood froze. Laughing nervously, he answered. At first only static hissed. Then a faint voice whispered beta. It was his mother's voice. The mother he had lost 3 years earlier to cancer. Shaking, he whispered back, "Amy." The voice grew clearer. "I miss you, come to me." The call ended with a click. His phone log showed no record of the call. Terrified but curious, he shared the experience with friends. They thought he imagined it. Yet over the next days he grew pale, restless. He kept hearing his mother's voice in recordings he played back, even when others couldn't. Not on the 7th night he received another call, the same number. He screamed into the phone demanding answers, but the only reply was a chorus of voices, men, women, children, all crying, all saying his name before the line went dead. The following morning, Adil was found collapsed in his room, phone clutched in hand, lifeless, his face frozen in terror, and the device permanently showing no service. Despite a working SIM, this tragedy spread quickly online, sparking forums and discussions about cursed calls. Some skeptics say it's mass hysteria. Others whisper of shadowy figures that use electronic frequencies to cross over. Yet the chilling accounts cannot be denied. In 2004, an entire family in Manila reported calls from their deceased grandmother. The father recorded one of them and played it for researchers. A trembling old woman's voice clearly said, "I am cold, I am waiting." Before vanishing into static, the tape mysteriously erased itself days later. In another case in London, a grieving fiancé received multiple text messages from his partner's number months after she had died in a car accident. The carrier confirmed the SIM was deactivated. The tower records showed impossible routing. Experts tried to explain it away, but the texts were personal, mentioning their private jokes, things no one else could know. Each message ended with the words, "See you soon." And weeks later, the man died in a similar crash on the same road. The idea of phones as conduits is not far far-fetched after all. Both radios and telegraphs in the early 20th century were believed to pick up ghostly signals. Thomas Edison himself once experimented with devices to communicate with the dead. But what makes the last phone call terrifying is its intimacy, hearing the voice of someone you love, being drawn in, unable to resist answering, the grave reaching into your safe modern home. It is said that if you receive such a call, you must never speak, you must never say hello, because once you acknowledge the voice, it knows you, it latches on. Tonight, as you listen to this story, perhaps you glance at your phone resting nearby, perhaps you wonder about the last missed call you ignored, the blocked number that appeared for a second then disappeared. Was it really a glitch, or was it someone trying to reach across the silence? Imagine being alone, the hour past midnight, your phone rings, the screen shows no number, only blank white. You answer hesitantly, and on the other side, a voice you buried long ago whispers your name, maybe soft and gentle, maybe desperate and broken, and then the static grows louder, until it consumes everything. In many cultures, death is final, but these stories suggest otherwise, that technology has given the dead another tool, one more way to break through. For every recorded case there are countless untold, people too afraid to admit what they heard, too scared of ridicule. But remember, the line between the living and the dead may be thinner than you think. Tonight, as this tale echoes in your mind and the shadows deepen around you, ask yourself one thing. If your phone rings after this video ends, will you dare to answer? Thank you for watching 𝐿𝐴𝐷𝐻 Secret. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more terrifying stories from the shadows.